It's typical, in fact, of a country that has committed genocide and massacred and slaughtered, raped, in 2018. I don't know how normal people see this, or what we refer to as a civilized people. But me, I'm disgusted, appalled, about a man that you know the history, decades and centuries of criminal activity with the Russian mafia. Defraud bank, claim endless bankruptcies, Chapter 11, doesn't pay his creditors, doesn't pay the people that builds his hotels, except those in the mafia. Escape paying taxes, like his uncle was a pimp and tax evader, a white supremacist, in a country that you said is supposed to be a democracy, freedom, and civil rights, and so-called liberties. This is a man that you choose to represent you. And why I have a problem with that? Because anytime a country is built on a foundation of theft and genocide, you have no laws. And anybody with an average intelligence, you don't have to have a doctorate or a PhD to realize that a country that is built its foundation on theft and genocide, massacre and slaughter of men, women, and children, laws can't exist there. And if there is laws, they're made up by criminals, thieves, and pirates. So then, how legit? Piney, New Jersey, redneck America. People don't think. You people exist. And you're the main ones who collect the welfare checks. You're the main ones that point fingers at people of color and saying how they receive all these things from the government when you are the primary recipients of it. Because you have no education. You're but let's get back to primary. There's no such thing as having somebody that's being investigated. And if it is so, they don't need to be in that position. So if you or I were being investigated for criminal activity, our bosses find out, be fired. But yet and still a president that so-called, you say so-called people elected, which was appointed by the rich, extreme wealthy oligarchs of stolen wealth and enrichment resources of this country. So all your courts, all your judges, all your prosecuting attorneys, all your law enforcement, your intelligence agencies, it's nothing but a pathological lie. Because if you founded something on theft and genocide, innately, law doesn't exist. It's just terrorist criminal activity of an invasion upon innocent people that you slaughtered, massacred, genocide, and put what was left on reservations of poverty. So where are your laws? Where is the ethics? Where is the moral fortitude? Where is the civilized, intelligent people who in turn supposedly make up laws? So if those laws in its inception, in its intent, was criminal, there cannot be any legal laws backed by criminal activity. No such thing. No such lie can exist. You might as well be in a third world country where you have a dictatorship of terrorists and criminals. They don't have laws. It's called totalitarianism of a dictator. He dictates the laws. So you Congress, you House of Representatives, you Senate, morons and inept idiots, you try and protect this presidential criminal who's a Russian debt whore to the Russian mafia, and you knew that before you knew about the Trump families for decades. Not that you always knew it. So did your law enforcement. So did your FBI, your NSA, FBI, CIA, MI5, MI6. All of y'all knew it all along. And then you make up this facade, and it's exactly what it is. It's a facade. It's an illusion to a qualification for being a president of a country. Nothing but air of inept stupidity, and that's all of you. From the Supreme Court, Congress, House of Representatives, all the way down to the White House. Inept. There's nothing but air that exists there. This is what you call law. If you're trying to, that if I commit a crime, I can pardon myself, or if I commit a crime because I hold a position held accountable, then you might as well open all the cell doors of every freaking prison that you have in this country. The criminals in your Congress, your Senate, your Supreme Court. If there exists criminal activity within these infrastructures, then where's justice? Where's law? See, this is what you got to ask yourself, and a lot of people are so ineptly stupid, and you're running around like rats in a cheese factory, or chicken with their head off, or ants in an ant farm, but you use no common sense. You use no basic intelligence. Because if you did, you would see what was going on for decades and centuries. And it's not that it's just happening in 2018. It always happened. From its very origin. Your so-called criminals and terrorists that you call forefathers. Those who did the mass slaughter, the genocide, the stealing of rich mineral resources from Native American Indians. And you can't say that it doesn't matter today in 2018. It does. Because their descendants from generation to generations are upholding the same thing, the same criminal activity. And this is what's so innately stupid about it's not America, the land. It's the people that exist here that are criminals. No one hates America, the land. You hate the filth that calls themselves the leadership here, that illegally occupied this land. And if you illegally occupy something, oh my God, how is it legal? Stupid ass people, dude. Oh my God. You can't be that stupid. You just can't. And you make up history and you make up lies and you tell pathological lies and tell these mindless. What you try and do, no matter what you. People in this country are too stupid. I just come to the conclusion they're too stupid and ignorant, so uneducated, so that they don't grasp the concept of the criminality in this country. And I'll give you an example. If you build a family and infrastructure on just mindless criminal activity, and this is all that a child sees in his life, and you just keep him confined into that same mentality, that same histories and lies that difference. There's no separation of individuality. You don't allow them to research or question. And that's the same thing that's going on in this country. You have like 1%. There's 8 extremely wealthy family that pulls the. And it's all outside an illusion. It's all theater. Everybody's. You can call the government all you want. It's not a government. It's a terrorist regime, because a government has to be built upon something legit. To build that mold. This garbage you see today, just and you question the validity of a country. You need to throw PhDs and your bachelor degrees and doctorates, put them up your ass because they're worthless. If you're not see the criminal activity of this country, and that means from the first time you set your foot on this land and genocide these people. If you can't see that, stealing,